Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sabrina and today we are continuing on with Beacon Pine.
The interrogation of Hiram Tolliver.
Ooh.
Still unconscious, Mr. Tolliver slumped heavily in a shoddy old chair. His hands were bound with rope, his feet tied with some loose string. The kids huddled in a circle, discussing their plan. One thing was certain, they couldn't just let Mr. Tolliver go. They needed to know what he was doing in Luca's house. After some deliberation, it was decided.
Hard cop, chill cop.
They'd run the
Why not?
classic good cop, chill cop interrogation.
Because I know the correct answer is probably hard cop.
Luca walked calmly to the light switch, flicking it off and on a few times. Mr. Tolliver shook his head, gathering his wits. He looked over to
Sure got my
Luca,
bell
who
rung.
returned a calming grin. Rollo and Beck emerged from hiding to give a timid wave.
Mm-hmm.
Luca glanced over to Rollo and Beck, who replied with skeptical looks.
Here to help, of course. Help what? Yeah, thank you.
Mr. Tolliver exhaled with disappointment.
No. Yeah. Why do I turn my back on this family now? It's just... all this stuff seems pretty weird. Boards with names from people of the town. An archive of my dad's old disturbing patient
Luca
notes.
gestured to the corner.
Yeah. Barrels of explosives. Okay. Yes, we do deserve
Luca looked again to Rollo and Beck.
a explanation.
This time they shrugged. Luca began to slowly loosen the bindings.
Okay.
Mr. Tolliver gently rubbed his wrists.
That's...
He edged imperceptibly toward the stairs as he spoke.
it seems perceptible to me because I saw your character move.
Before the kids had even noticed his movement, Mr. Tolliver was at the light switch.
Past
He
needs to be brought
punctuated his final
to
words by flicking the switch
light.
and rushing up the stairs.
So we got, yeah.
Beck darted to the wall and turned back on the lights. It was too late. Rollo confirmed what they all heard.
He just locked us down here.
Mr. Tolliver's muffled voice came from behind the door.
I wasn't lying, you know. This is for your own good. You kids keep tight down there. Let the adults
They looked
handle this.
bewildered at each other.
Yeah, I would too. Play it cool. Not now, Bex.
They heard the staccato thump of quick steps exiting the house.
Cicada?
The
Really?
kids looked down in resignation. This isn't how it goes in Hank Atomic.
No, it's
For
not.
some reason, they'd always assumed it was up to them to save their town. Luca opened his mouth, hoping to conjure some magical words to make this right. Only a hollow croak escaped. The end. Well,
Yeah.
we certainly aren't going to find a grand resolution to our tale locked in a basement.
Nope, let's play hard
Back
cop.
to the drawing board.
Gotta go hard cop.
They'd run the classic good cop, hard cop. Rollo brandished a steely gaze.
Ooh, go Rollo.
I've got this. Read about it 100 times.
Sure.
Rollo swaggered past the chair which propped up the slumping Hiram Tolliver.
Swaggered.
Without even looking at his captive, he began with a long, blustery drawl. Mr. Tolliver remained motionless. Rollo spun around to face him. He'd clearly expected to rouse Mr. Tolliver with his booming voice.
Apparently not.
Beck and Luca gave each other an unsure glance.
Yeah, I agree.
Rollo slammed his fist on the table.
I said, Mr.
He
Tolliver.
grabbed the table lamp and beamed it onto the unconscious face.
That's the thing. He's unconscious. Oh, there you go.
Mr.
The light
Tolliver
woke him up.
groaned and slowly lifted his head. He recoiled with a muddled, weary squint. The chair wobbled as he attempted to straighten up. Mr. Tolliver could only make out rough shapes through the glaring light. With a gruff tone, Rollo hoped to both conceal his voice and intimidate.
Uh-huh. Let's just calm down. I am calm as a carrot in the dirt. That doesn't, tell him who you are. Looks like you're
doubtful
sweating.
expression on Beck and Luca's faces transformed into awe.
Into awe.
Rollo, hitting his stride, was now channeling every detective trope his memory could recall.
I love that. Just multiple
He
tropes.
slammed the table again.
Now dance.
Mr. Tolliver's voice became desperate. He was nearly in tears.
Yeah, I would be too. How on earth can you dance? Spill the beans. What are you doing poking around this house? Juniper, make sure everything is ready.
Mr.
Gran.
Tolliver was in a daze, now more confused than ever.
I would be too.
He shook
Good
his
Lord.
head, feeling more and more dizzy.
You've got it all wrong. She's head to the source. Yeah, she's gonna blow up the source. What the source? It's
His
where
voice faded to a whisper.
the town began, where it all began. Okay.
With that, Mr. Tolliver passed out cold.
Well, yeah, I would imagine. So they're going. So we're heading
Rollo
back to the
swung
source.
around with a repentant grimace.
Damn, Rollo. I think you went a little too hard on him. What was the source he was talking about? And where? It's where the town began. We need more information. Yes, we do. Better not push Mr. Tolliver any further. History Museum got set up for the festival. Now the tent's put up by the Valentines. Everything they do is just a bunch of floof and glory to glorify themselves. The library. Information about the source thing. Cado can help us find it. Let's go and get some answers. Damn. I was building something while we did this to keep my hands busy. This is a dang nice library. Thanks, we work hard on it. Are you a little too young to be a librarian? Oh, Cado hangs out so much, eventually they gave him a set of keys. I just keep an eye on the place for Miss Novak sometimes. They got you working for free? It's quiet and I have access to the books, all the books I can read. What more could a person want? Good question. Fair enough. What can I do for you all? We need a favor. Already told you and Rollo. Can't put any higher on the wait list for Hank Atomic. And if you're here for more candy, I have, I can't be bought. Call personal code of conscience. Actually, we're looking to do some research. Now you're speaking my language. What are you looking for? The thing is, we kind of don't know. What do you got history of town? The county records archives. What's in those? Dates, births, deaths, newspaper clippings, stuff like that. Pretty boring to read. But they go all the way back to when the town was founded. Great, we'll start there.
Chapter 8, 6 Feet Under, 3 Towns Over. The kids spent the rest of the afternoon combing through dusty piles of old county records,
Awesome.
desperately searching for anything that could help them make sense of Mr. Tolliver's cryptic utterance.
Yeah.
Luca tried to shake the thought of Gran's basement, but his focus wavered. Explosives, messages hidden in jam, dossiers on various town figures, and a corkboard threaded with photos. Gran was the only family he had left. He still couldn't bring himself to believe the worst. But the old map with the symbol of explosives in town square made that difficult. As the sun began to set, the kids were no closer to the truth.
It's because it's not our town center. If I read any more, my eyeballs are going to pop out. We have to keep digging. If I dig another word, I'm going to end up one of these asinine death records. Sorry. Rollo Custer lived full and wonderful life till he read too much, boring, cried, and his brains oozed out of his
Rollo
ears.
shut his book with an assertive nod.
Now you sound like my sister. Be a boring county record that kills you. I'll put you in the obituaries
Rollo
myself.
muttered under his breath.
That's the best you got, yeah. When I'm done with you, you'll be a footnote in history. Just
Beck
like
slammed her finger down on the open page before glancing.
J. Hartford here. Hey! We're all a little tired. Let's take a minute
Something
and...
tickled the back of Luca's mind.
Wait, what was that name? In the obit? J. Hartford. From the Brockville Tribune 20 years ago. That can't be right. What? J. Hartford. That's my grand's name. Juniper Hartford. Maybe there's 2 J. Hartfords? Mrs. Hartford diagnosed as survived by a young daughter, E. Hartford. My mom's name is Eleanor. Now it's just getting creepy. If your grand's 6 feet under and three towns over, then who am I living with?
The question hung in the air.
I gotta close up for the night.
Beck rubbed her eyes.
How late is it? Almost 10. Oh crap, Pa's gonna kill me. Gotta go. My parents will be worried sick. Let's meet up early as we can for the festival tomorrow. What are you gonna do about the unconscious man in your basement? I'll think of something.
Luca's heart was pounding as he approached the house. If he was lucky, Gran, or whoever it was, hadn't gotten back yet. And of course, there was Mr. Tolliver tied up and unconscious in the basement.
I doubt he's
Dealing with him
unconscious
would be
anymore.
the first order of business. Luca shook out his arms to calm his nerves before entering. He held perfectly still, tempering his breath, and listened closely. She was asleep. His only hope was that she hadn't found Mr. Tolliver before dozing off.
Aye, aye. He's gone.
Mr. Tolliver was nowhere to be seen. Or maybe Gran knew everything.
That also could happen.
Luca's hungry stomach groaned. Not realizing it, he'd gone the entire day without eating.
You should probably eat.
Luca rushed over to the pile of jam jars, unscrewed one, and shoveled a handful into his mouth. He flipped the lid to read the label.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Go to sleep. Go to bed and play it cool.
As As Luca climbed the final stair, the emotion of the day dragged heavily on him. With each consecutive step, his legs weakened. His stride began to falter. He tried to grab for the railing to steady himself. Something was wrong.
The jam.
Luca groaned and tried to move. His limbs might as well have been bolted to the ground. Through numb lips, he mumbled just before falling asleep.
Yes, the jam. I think you just dragged us to bed.
Chapter 9.
Yes,
A speech to end all speeches.
I see.
Luca awoke to find himself face down in bed. He moaned into his pillow. Why would Gran drug him?
He wasn't drugging
rather-
him
Why was she trying to drug Mr. Nuncreed?
because she needs him out of the way.
Shaking the questions from his woozy head, Luca snapped back to the matter at hand.
Yes. The festival. Grandpa put something in the jam. Yeah, we know. The secret message from this. Not that. The one intended for Mr. Nuncreed. It put me to sleep. Sly devil. Okay, so we got another. I think she was trying to remove him from the equation. He might be in danger. Have you found anything? We looked around but haven't seen anything odd. Grant's nowhere to be found, but Mr. Nuncreed is just loafing around waiting for the speech. What speech? Mayor Gus was up on just up on the podium. Everyone's gathering at the stage. Let's get moving.
Augustus Valentine nervously wiped his brow.
Hello. Hello, Mayor. Uh-huh. Sure. Sure, Gus.
Gus cleared his throat and awkwardly loosened his tie. William Kerr bounded on the stage with the energy of a preacher at a big tent revival. He gave Gus a hearty slap on the back and motioned him off the stage.
Wow.
Mr. Kerr pulled a thick stack of note cards out from his vest.
Yeah, didn't prepare anywhere. Yeah. Change. Yeah, you've been here for 4 years. My dad died 6 years ago, so
Mr.
you
Kerr
didn't
took
tell
a
my
moment to
dad.
survey the crowd. He wiped away a single tear.
Yeah. You're literally just giving us a whole bunch of hot air.
He thumped the podium to emphasize each word. Mr. Kerr nodded confidently, but the crowd was silent, enwrapped. Mr. Kerr methodically made eye contact with each section of the crowd.
Yeah.
His voice began to build.
Yeah. Walk hand in hand to the future. Change. Grabbing the... Yes. Something's gonna happen. Can you just stop your speech?
The crowd began to look around nervously. Mr. Kerr quickly flicked through his note cards.
We're gonna get hit with the ice, aren't
He
we?
raised his hands up to the heavens. that moment, a merciless wall of impossibly
Yeah.
cold air ripped through the crowd, instantly freezing everyone.
I
and
remember what they
everything
said
it touched.
earlier.
For a man like William Kerr, this was a fitting way for things to end.
Yes.
On a stage, with an entire town frozen in rapt attention for the rest of time. The end. There's that ice again!
Yeah.
Whenever I think we're getting close, it comes along and ruins everything. Maybe we should just quit?
No.
Maybe you should just close the book, walk away, and never think of me again.
No.
No, we got a little closer this time.
Yes.
We just need to try again, please.
We got the word sly.
They'd run the classic good cop. Luca and Rollo ducked behind a barrel, leaving Beck to her task. With a few crisp snaps, she roused Mr. Tolliver.
What's going on here? Please call me back. Sorry
Mr.
about all
Tolliver
this.
looked down and shifted a bit, testing his restraints.
Seems to be a bit of a mix-up. You see, I'm down here for the same reasons you are.
Beck caught herself before letting the surprise manifest on her face. She'd already gotten him to reveal his relation to Gran. This was going to be easy.
Mm-hmm. I suppose that makes
Mr.
sense.
Tolliver wriggled a bit in his restraints. Beck quickly removed the ropes. Mr. Tolliver rubbed the growing knot on his forehead.
Yeah. Very true.
Beck twirled her hand, as if to prompt Mr. Tolliver to finish her thought. Beck shook her head and clicked her tongue. Mr. Tolliver let out an amused huff in agreement.
Can't blame her though. For the source, but know how bad it might be.
Beck was on a roll now, playing Mr. Tolliver like a fiddle.
Trust me for a reason. You can leave the rest for me. No, nothing really. Just the other day I had a radio scan while restocking the candy shelves. And when you know it, I intercepted the old phrase in perennial harvest transmission, underground secrets. That's ominous. I think it might be the password, but Juniper dismissed it. Said it wasn't mission critical. What's the password for? We don't know. So we have the password, but now where to put it? It's gotta mean something, right? Good thinking. You should probably go work that out. I got this under control. That's a relief. Between you and me, this basement gives me the willies.
Heading for the stairs, Mr. Tolliver hesitated and turned to Beck with a puzzled look. She grinned and gave him a peppy wave. With a shrug, he continued up the stairs, whistling a jaunty tune.
Sure did. But all he ever sells us is apples.
Beck blinked slowly in disappointment.
Like, yeah, that's not the point, Rollo. I'll be having... Fine, in the meantime, I've got an idea.
She turned to the table and began tearing small scraps of paper.
You're the password on the good... Any good spy transmission is never
Beck
what it
marked
seems.
each scrap of paper.
We need to find out the hidden meaning. Underground, buried, covered. Could it be cover-up? There's... The U would be 21 and 14D would be an anagram.
Luca and Beck looked at Rollo with amazement.
That's incredible. Either that or Creed's new rug store. Okay. I love ciphers. Good to know. Investigate the drugstore. We knew Ned Creed was up to something because of the previous, one of the previous endings. But I am going to leave that here for this episode. If you're not already, feel free to subscribe to my channel. In the next episode, we're going to look into the drugstore. Bye.